Welcome everyone, my name is Comet, and for 2025 I said that I wanted to lose weight. That is one of my goals for this year, and today in this video I want to share with you my plan to make it happen, because most people, including myself in previous years, start the year very motivated, they go all in, they go hard, and then 3 days later, boom, it's over, nothing. So today, we need to make a plan, and I'm going to share it with you what is going to be my plan, to make this happen. Now, when you are losing weight, you need to focus on three things, especially if you're very heavy. One is going to be to make your body functional. For example, when you're very heavy, you have a hard time of going up and down the stairs, or just literally just walking, or maybe lifting your groceries. Like, you need to make your body functional. Next, you need to make your body strong. This means lifting weights or doing some type of weight training, whether it is with dumbbells or whether it is naturally by doing pull-ups, push-ups, and this type of stuff. And finally, we need to focus on the diet. Diet, if there is one thing that I learned these past 2 years, is that diet is probably 95% of everything related to body changes. And it's not even close. And I say this because there was a time in previous years where I was doing 4 hours of sports every single day, and I was not losing weight. Like, what the fuck? And this past year, I didn't do sports at all. Basically, I was not even walking, and I lost 20 kilos. Actually, 30 kilos. I went from 120 to about 93 naturally. Now, I did have an illness at the beginning of the year, where I lost so much. Like, I went from like 160, 150 to like 120, but I managed to recover. I had COVID, with a deficit of vitamins, which ended up causing damage to my organs. So for months I was just in bed. I couldn't even stand up. Standing up hurt. But now I'm fully recovered, thank God. I'm much better, and I wanted to focus, on getting my body strong. So last year I just changed my way of eating. For example, instead of going out and buying a sandwich, now I'm making my own sandwiches. Or I buy baguettes, and I buy them like that, and I eat them like that with other stuff, or maybe burgers, and I make my own burgers at home. And the problem with beef is that it's very expensive, so I don't do that anymore. But I do eat these normal sandwiches. So let's go step by step. Number one, making your body functional. Now, back in the day when I was very heavy, I could not fucking stand up that much, and definitely going down the stairs, three floors, and I was already out. As simple as that. I couldn't do more than that. Basically, I had to always use elevators for that reason. Nowadays, stairs are not that much of a problem, but walking is kind of a problem, mostly because not in terms of the actual lungs and heart. My lungs and heart are very powerful, because I used to train a lot, but my body, because I haven't used it in years, it is not that strong. So for example, I could go on an elliptic machine and I can barely handle walking 10 seconds. And I really mean literally 10 seconds is what I handle. Now, elliptic machine adds extra weight to your movements and everything, so it is heavier than walking. But 10 seconds, that's all I could do. And when I go on walking, for example, when I go to the supermarket or when I go to a restaurant or stuff like that, for example, right now I went out and my legs hurt. So we need to make this into a way that is sustainable. So how do they become more functional? Now, like I mentioned, there are some basic stuff that I can do already. Now, if you cannot do them, what I would recommend you is to do a bit of elliptic machine, especially if you are very heavy, because walking actually could damage your knees, your ankles, and especially your hips. This is the number one thing that my doctor used to tell me when I was 150, 160 kilos. It's like, be careful by walking, take it slowly, go one step at a time, and don't overdo it, right? Because you could damage it if you're very heavy. Now, if you're a bit lighter, or if you're like me, for example, at the moment, I literally just weighted myself a few seconds before starting recording, like probably like 10 seconds or 15, 20 seconds, before starting recording. So today my weight is 93.0 kilos. Now we need to, at this weight, I can already do a lot of stuff. Walking is still a bit of a challenge. Walking over long distances, so we can start with short distances. And my plan is to go in, and combine something that I wanted to do, which is play a lot of Pokemon Go with walking. I could do, for example, go and maybe get one raid per day, or one Dynamax raid, or maybe I can go and flip a Pokemon stop or something like that, which is gonna be like what, 50, 100 meters walk, maybe less, per day. That is a start. And that is how we make it sustainable. Starting bit by bit, making it fun, and then going up from there. So this is gonna be my plan to make my body a bit more functional, so I can walk more. Just go out. For example, there are some Pokestops. Some Pokestops nearby, so I can go over there. Or there's a Max stop nearby, so I can go over there, get my Dynamax Pokemon, and then come back. It's not gonna be that much. It's gonna be very little amount, but it's gonna be what I need. Just start moving. Man. Last year I didn't even go out once. I think, like, we really need to start moving. Now, in fact, in the previous, I think I had not gone out really since before COVID, and all of this time I just been here. So yeah, we need to start, becoming more functional. Next is strengthen the body. That means weight training. But people go crazy, when they start the training. That's why they stop, because they lift too much, and then boom, they get too tired. 5 days later, their body still hurts, and they do not want to continue training, or they get bored, right? They lose motivation. Now, in my case, I know exactly what I need to do, which is strengthen my joints. That is the number one thing that I need to do, especially if you want to lift stronger stuff. Now, my body is very strong. I can lift quite a lot, but since I haven't done that much physical activities, I want to strengthen my joints. That means your wrist, fingers, your elbow, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your neck. All of your connecting parts of the body, they need to be strong, so that you can actually do more stuff. And that is why, I have these little dumbbells. They're very fucking cheap. They're like $10 or $20, something like that. I bought these dumbbells, 0.5 kilos, and I bought these ones as well, which is 1 kilo. These two dumbbells, they will allow me, to work on my joints without worrying that much. For example, right here, I can just do extension movements, like this, or compressing movements, slowly but surely, and especially maintaining technique. Technique is what will actually allow the entire muscle to receive the training that you are doing. And also, since I am a gamer, it's very important to strengthen the hands. And most people think that it is the hand and the wrist the only thing, but actually that's not true. All of this is connected to your forearm, and your forearm is connected to your arm, and your arm to your shoulders and back. So all of this is going to be connected, but we can start, with this. Every single doctor out there ever, and if you watch their videos, doesn't matter who he is, what specialization, they will tell you, pick one of these and start training. Because what this does is that, look, in fact, yeah, look at me. Look at the muscles of my arm, of my hand, of my wrist, right? They're getting a tension, right? Now, if you close these, you see all of the tension of the arm, and especially look at the tension of the forearm, right? It's like, look at the forearm, right? Like, look at the tension. Look at the tension that you have over here. So this thing right here allows you to train your entire system right here. And this is going to be the prevention of carpal tunnel. In fact, this is the number one carpal tunnel medicine. In fact, this is the carpal tunnel vaccine, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. You need this Not maybe every day, but not that many repetitions per day. Maybe 3 repetitions, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you feel strong. This right here will keep you away from carpal tunnel. Every doctor ever recommends this, and I'm gonna take that advice. So that is how I'm gonna be strengthening my body at the beginning, just focusing on joints first. For my legs, I actually have a barbell which is 5 kilos, so that I can work, on my knees, on my ankles, on my hips, especially the hips. So that is how I'm gonna be strengthening my joints. And the reason why I'm using this weight is because, it begins with the joints. Once your joints, for example, can handle 0.5, you can move into 1 kilo. And I also have some dumbbells of 2.5 kilos. Although I would like to buy a few others of like only 2 kilos, but let's say 2.5 kilos, and then you can move to 5 kilos. And at 5 kilos, since your joints are gonna be able to withstand that weight, we can move into 5 kilos, to start strengthening our actual muscles, the biceps, the triceps, and everything, especially the shoulders. And from there, start working our way up in weight. Same for the knees and hips and ankles, right? And then we can start also doing, some ab work, back workout, and all of these. And the last thing probably is gonna be by far the hardest thing to do, which is dieting. Not because I have a problem with it. Now, by dieting, let's make something clear. Diet do not means eating less. Diet just means a regimen, Diet is, think about diet like a menu. What is your daily menu? What are you going to be eating today? What are you going to be eating for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, in between? What, or outside, what are you going to be eating? In my case, diet is a problem because in Europe the food is very expensive and it's not that high of a quality. I know that in some countries like US, you can find, for example, meats at a much more affordable price. Over here, no man. For example, a piece of beef in Germany, a kilo of beef could be easily like 30 kilos. Sorry, 1 kilo of beef could be like $30. And listen something very carefully. That piece of meat is probably gonna be more bone than meat, So yeah, you can start from there. Meat is very expensive, man. But we can focus with basic stuff. Let's say ham, an extra piece of ham. You can ham. You can, for example, one piece of ham. That is enough. Having extra pieces of protein is gonna be a starting point. But I think where really we need to put in the focus is on carbohydrates and veggies, and also fiber. For fiber, I really like just making some sandwiches, like I mentioned earlier. Even though some of you may say that this is not the healthiest type of bread to eat, doesn't matter. It is the cheapest. It's a starting point. From here, we're gonna go up. Especially because the other type of bread, like, is very expensive, man, and also tastes like shit. I'm not gonna eat something that tastes like shit just because it's healthier. Fuck no. Dieting. In fact, I studied nutrition. Yeah, I studied nutrition, and the only thing that I missed was the exam to get certified because I was like, I'm not gonna work as a nutritionist, so I'm not gonna do it. And over here, you have to recertify yourself every year. So if I ever wanted to do it, I can just go do the exam and recertify it myself. Probably I would have to do like a catch up because that was a bit ago. But still, I can just recertify myself. And literally day one of nutrition course, they tell you, hey, diet, it's all about being healthier and loving food, loving to eat. If you are not doing any of these two things, there's something wrong. If you're doing a diet and you're not enjoying it, you are doing something wrong. And this is what a lot of nutritionists fail, because nutrition is something that evolves a lot every single year. And there's a lot of people who are still, who are still stuck into the idea that just eating a lot of veggies and having like a balance of your calories is enough. No. just eating fruits actually could get you a lot of diabetes, or like it gets you diabetes. So no, it's actually not that. It's not just like that. It's not oh, just eat more fruit and veggies. No, we need to really control what we're eating and control the energy output. For example, if we are burning a certain type of calories, we need to also think that we are also burning certain type of nutrients. What nutrients are you burning the most? Some people burn a lot of iron and then they get into iron deficit. Some people burn a lot of sugar, such as myself, and then we get sugar deficit. So there's a lot of people who tend to have issues, for example, keeping up the carbs inside of their body because they burn it too quickly. People who have issues going up in weight. Other people have issues burning the fat. So we need to really control the output and the input of energy and nutrients. So it's not more about, oh, just eat more fruits. No, you're gonna have diabetes, because it has so much fructose and glucose. Like, no. But eating a good amount of fruit, it's obviously extremely healthy. Like one apple, a banana, some berries, etc. is healthy. But if you eat too much every day, it's bad, because everything in too much quantity is bad. You just need to control the quantities. In my case, because all of this is fucking expensive, I'm gonna start simple stuff. Basic meals, plus some sandwiches, because I need the fiber on my body. So a few sandwiches plus main meal. That's what I'm gonna be starting with. And we need to also focus on water. Now, historically speaking, I am someone who has always been drinking a lot of water, but over time, my water intake went down quite a lot. So I need to change that. At least, I need to be drinking one of these every day, minimum. That is what I'm start working on. It's hard because a lot of times I'm not even drinking that much. It's very little amount of stuff that I drink. I need to drink more water. But yeah, eating one of these, is gonna be important. Drinking one of these, is gonna be very important, and I'm gonna be working on that. But that's it. That is my plan for 2025. Going out to play Pokemon Go, doing some joint weight workouts, and focus, on eating, having a basic, constant diet. But yeah, that's it for me. Hope this was entertaining and useful for you. I will be updating every week, 3 times per week minimum. Next update is gonna be on Saturday in 2 days, so that I can tell you, how everything goes. Hope you guys have a nice year. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys achieve your goals, and let's work this out together, man. My name is Comet, and I'm signing out. Peace.